Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here to give you your daily tarot reading for Monday, the 21st of February, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you, as always, this is general for the day. So just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. But as well, I do want to thank you in advance for your likes, your comments, and if you haven't yet, do subscribe to the channel. As well, moving forward, the overall message that I channeled for this upcoming Monday, reaping the rewards. Reaping the rewards. Very nice. Who can complain with that overall message? Let's put this to the side and we'll begin by pulling an overall focus for the day, or however many we get from the spellcasting oracle deck. Okay. I'm hearing the simplicity of this deck in the way they each have just one word, one focus, and a beautifully simplistic imagery to go with it should teach you something about your approach and how that can still bring in a level of rewards. Let that be a message when it comes to communication, when, you know, with a specific somebody or just people in general, when it comes to your rants, when it comes to how you produce your work. There's a beauty to simplicity. Interestingly enough, split the deck to love and talent. I feel like these are two very strong focuses throughout the day, even if it doesn't fully feel apparent. Naturally, there's a focus on talent when you're reaping the rewards from all the efforts you've been putting forth, what you're creating, people viewing you as very talented, but in a sort of elegant kind of way, and also just a separate focus on love, but and reaping the rewards in that sense as well. But it does feel like these go together to an extent on another level, where it feels like you're reaping the rewards, as I struggle, because you do love what you do, being so talented at what you do. Does that make sense? Let me reword that, okay? Don't be afraid to do that throughout the day. It feels like you love what you're doing for work. Wow, as my arm slips off, I'm spiritually messed with. But yeah, anyways, it just feels like you love what you do, being talented at that, and therefore you're reaping more rewards because of it. Struggle. Okay, to continue. For my beautiful collective for Monday, the 21st. Freedom. There's a focus on freedom throughout this day, okay? As well as an underlining focus on life purpose and being protected in the search, the quest for freedom and fulfillment. Okay, we're going to take life purpose as well. Naturally, this would come out in a day where you're reaping a lot of rewards. Okay, it feels like a lot of us are on very close, or around the corner is a sense of freedom from a situation that's been a bit restricting or a bit limiting. Okay, but even within that restricting situation, it feels like there's a lot of success outside of it. Does that make sense? In a different situation. Let's continue and pull from the animal tarot deck. For my beautiful collective to continue for this upcoming Monday. Okay, we're going to go with one for each quarter. Queen of Swords for the first one. The energy in the air might feel a bit feisty at the beginning of the day for one reason or another. Don't let it get the best of you. Oh, I feel the need to take this one. Okay, one more, which we'll pull right from the middle. Okay, so beginning the day, the first quarter, with the Queen of Swords, there is a need to take a step back and adjust your perspective potentially on what you desire. It could be completely separate from where you're reaping rewards, where you're gaining a level of fulfillment. They did fill in the blank with perspective. Anyways, a reminder, remember we were mentioning the protection card? The Four of Swords can definitely speak upon that. Wanting to go after something new. Alrighty, to begin, once again, we have the Queen of Swords. So there might be a level of feistiness in the air throughout this first quarter, but it feels as if we're pushed to, right off the bat throughout this first quarter of the day, to ask ourselves what needs to be released to live a healthier lifestyle moving forward. But it's even within this first quarter where you're seeing things blossoming, you're seeing a level of success within your business, within your career. You know, it feels like people are noticing you, maybe even noticing you for this sort of sassy way about you. It doesn't feel like you're feisty per se, you might be. But it just feels like people are noticing that you're not afraid to make a change, okay? And feeling this level of protection all the meanwhile. I'm being pushed to speak upon, or being drawn to speak upon this world right here. There's a vibe in this first quarter throughout the day in general, as you gain a new level of inner truth, that your world is in your hands, the ball is in your court. Keep things simple, okay? We're moving on to the second quarter of the day where we have the sun. The sun. This one came to me, I picked it very oddly from the deck, but it's the most colorful, part of the day. It stands out from the rest of the cards. You feel happy, you feel sunny throughout the second quarter as you make your way to finish up the first half of the day. There's something about the level of rewards, compliments, praise coming in, financial reward as well. Less common than other types of rewards that you're reaping at this point or throughout the day in general. But it just feels like throughout the first half of the day in general, the praise, the compliments, the success that's taking place with whatever you've been putting your energy, resources towards, it's just bringing you so much happiness. It feels like you're truly glowing. I want to say there's a recommendation coming through from Spirit to implement self-care at this point in the day as well, if you have the space and room to do so, to even further enhance that glow or just to keep it going, okay? There's 3 flower images there's flowers on 3 out of the 4 cards. The 2 in the first half of the day are definitely standing out. A reminder that your business, your project, your hobby, your job, whatever it is for you that's most important, is still blossoming, and you are too. And you're changing because of it, through it, okay? Keep that happiness alive. Be the happiness in a situation. You're protected. We're moving on to the Fool card to begin the second half of the day. The Fool card. There's a simplicity about this third quarter where you're reminded that you are coming out of your shell more these days, or you should be, this push to take a leap of faith. You're reminded that yes, at times you need to adjust your perspective on what you desire or figure out what you truly want. But it's this third quarter where you're thinking about taking a leap of faith and jumping towards something fresh and new. It could be a new move of residence. It could be a new job. It could be going to new places, just traveling. It just feels like a change in your life that you need to keep things fresh. And all the meanwhile being aligned with the Queen of Swords. It's a part of the day where you're reminded once again, at times you do need to remove a situation or relieve oneself of certain restrictions or toxicity, unhealthy energy, to make room for the new, to feel this level of freedom, to leap towards what's better for you, okay? And I think you'll be reminded that that could definitely or potentially release some blockages and therefore bring in even more rewards than you're experiencing throughout this day. Wow. So not only experiencing rewards throughout this day in general, but being reminded that there's more to come, all right, different types. And so we're finishing up the day in the spread with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, all right? There's, so as you make your way to finish up the day, you're being pushed to think about what you're investing your money in, where you're spending your money. Thinking about a new move of residence or a new car, something of the sort. It could be, being pushed to think about your budgeting, or meaning to save more money. Bear with me. There's something about nervous energy at the end of the day as well. Being pushed to ask yourself, will the next investment that you're putting your money towards leave you feeling happy? And I want to say the answer is yes, but the one after that, twice as happy, okay? And it feels like a very similar kind of situation for a lot of us. But it's when you finish up the day where you reflect on the day or you reflect on your life up until this point, as heavy as that can sound, but being pushed to take a fresh perspective on your money and your life purpose, it feels like this card is most relevant for this fourth quarter, okay? Being pushed to recognize that you can acquire a level of freedom and fulfillment in life purpose, being in touch with that life purpose at the same time. I hope that makes sense. It's throughout this day, once again, where you're reminded that due to all your hard work and effort, you're putting blood, sweat, and tears towards a multitude of areas of your life. You're simply reaping the rewards. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you have the most amazing Monday, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye.